Gives the camera like very depressed face, like your whole family just like your whole family's going for it. Oh. Yeah, yeah, there you go. What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I'm gonna be doing a mid fade with kind of like a slick back, I guess you could say pompadour type of style. And this is my boy Brian. He kind of just wanted like a shorter haircut. He was tired of the hair getting in his face, so here I am going in with a number 2 just to start kind of like debulking. And if you see, I'm also using my comb to kind of feed the hair into the clipper. It makes it a little easier, cuts a little better. Now I'm going to be doing a little bit of clipper over comb, just connecting the 2 to the rest of the hair on top. So here I am with my 1.5 guard. Right now I have it open. And I'm just going to go right under what I did with the 2 guard. And when I go back in with my shorter guards, it'll make it a little easier to connect right into the top. And if you see any little dark spots, just use the corner. Here I am with my no guard all the way closed, setting in my bald line. I'm gonna go all the way around the head and drop it towards the back. You'll see now his occipital bone is a little bit more like pronounced, so I don't want to go too high. When I'm setting in the bald line, I'm just slightly flicking out at the end, trying to make it straight. Now I'm going back in with my trimmer, getting it as close to skin before I go in with my shavers. I'll line them up as well, since I already have the trimmers in my hand, so I don't have to keep picking them up. So here I am with my shaver, not going up all the way to the bald guideline, just a little bit below so I don't create any other line. He also wants to fade up his beard a little bit, so I'm gonna start my bald guideline on the beard as well. Here's no guard, starting off open, then I'm closing it to blend it in. Like I said, kind of like the same concept with the trimmer. If I have the clipper, I'm gonna hit up the beard if I'm already on that side. And here I am with the no guard open. Here I'm gonna make my second guideline all around the head. And the width of my guidelines are normally around like finger's length, so maybe like half an inch around there. And yeah, I'm just touching up the beard as I go along. Here I am, 2/5 closed. If you have a click lever, it'll be 2 notches closed. If you have a regular lever, it'll just be pretty much a little bit less than halfway closed. And so here I'm no guard, fully closed, and slowly opening if I see any other darker spots that are above the line that I'm erasing. Pretty much keep in mind, the higher you go, the more you're gonna open your guard, the higher guard you're gonna use. And the lower you go, the more you're gonna close your guard and the more it's gonna cut. Just keep that in mind. You don't wanna create a patch or like a bald spot by cutting too short. Here I am with the one guard. I'm gonna start open and then slowly close it to kind of blend anything under. So here I am with the half guard opening and closing. Different guards, same steps, just starting off open, going up about like a finger length and just blending everything under. In this step I'm using a lot of my corners because now there's only like a faint line. There's not really much of a, it's not really like a hard guideline, so I'm not trying to go in with my full blade because when you go in with your full blade you tend to create more lines. So to avoid that, I just use a corner. The back of his head is a little harder to fade just because he has his occipital bone obviously sticking out, and I'd say the back of the head is always the hardest for the most part because it's the densest area. That's where you have like the most hair, so just keep that in mind. If you ever struggle like blending the back and you're wondering why, like dang, like this is crazy hard, that's probably why, because the back always has more hair, it's more dense. But here I am, I'm just flicking out, using my corners, trying to erase that line. And the guideline that you see that's left that I'm trying to blend out, I'm going to blend that out fully closed with the 0.5 fully closed. So here I am with doing clipper over comb again. Now I'm using a fine tooth comb. It's a little different. If you try using clipper over comb with a fine tooth comb like this one to remove bulk, it's not gonna work. It won't pick up a lot of hairs. But now if you're trying to do it for blending purposes like I'm doing right now, to kind of like lighten up dark spots, it's perfect. It works amazing for that. As you can see, he had like a lot of bulk. I get not really a lot of bulk, but he had a lot of like dark areas, and I'm slowly blending him out with the comb instead of going back with another guard. If you're able to master clipper over comb, it'll make your haircut so much faster. You work on clipper over comb, I'll have another video where I kind of explain it more in depth. But for now, I'm just gonna show off the fading process, and there's more of a, it's a tutorial, but more of a relaxing video at the same time, so I'm not gonna go too in depth. Here I am, open guard, just taking out any little dark spots, opening and closing. Here I'm taking off the clips. I'm done with the fade. Getting ready to cut the top with scissors. You guys want to make sure you wet the hair completely. So here I'm gonna split the hair. I'm gonna make around like, I guess like a 1-inch guideline straight through the middle, and then separate both of the sides. And this is gonna act as our initial guideline. This is what we're gonna follow out throughout the whole haircut. And he wanted everything blended in to the sides. So I'm gonna keep the middle a little longer, just because he does want to have a little bit of flow. He wants to be able to have a good amount of length in the front to where he could style it backwards and kind of have like some sort of movement. You don't want to cut it too short, then there's no way of styling it or it'll stick up. I'm gonna start cutting it shorter towards the ends where the hair actually falls over the fade. But for right now, I'm just following that initial guide I made. It's about 1.5 to 2 inches that I'm cutting off right now. Some areas a little bit less. I because it was a little shorter. I'll be trying to cut off a little bit more on around the edges of the haircut, wherever the hair falls over. So here I'm splitting the hair again, taking a piece of the middle section with the left section, the side I haven't done yet, and I'm just gonna take off the same amount of hair. I'm gonna cut through the video real quick, just cut to this part. So here I'm just kind of cut it to where it'll make it easier to blend into the sides when I go back in. So here I'm combing out the hair. What I'm doing now is cutting the perimeter. The perimeter is pretty much the hair that falls over. So you want to make sure that when you're cutting the top, you're not just cutting it straight up. You also comb it down and you check out the way it lays down. Because a lot of times, without cutting the perimeter, you'll end up having a lot of uneven hairs. You'll have the front section have like longer hairs. The left side will be longer than the right side, things like that. So I'm also point cutting. I'm not doing a blunt cut. It'll kind of just make it easier to blend in when it all falls down. And if you saw, I was checking the hair, make sure it was even. And I saw the left side was a little longer, so I went back, touched it up. And here I am blow drying the hair back. Trying to style it into place already. I'm gonna use a little bit of hairspray. I'm gonna style the hair the way he wants it. Kind of like slick back a little bit. I like to put the hairspray just so the hair stays in place, but what I'm actually going to do is comb the hair down, and whatever falls over, I'm going to blend in with clipper over comb like I was doing at the beginning. It's just a better method, at least for me. You could do it with the scissors as well, but I find this to be way easier. In my opinion, this is just my personal preference, but since the hair is already hard and it's already in place, you just comb it down, and you can see the way it's going to lay down. I'm just pretty much connecting the top to the sides right now. And I'll use the clipper over comb to kind of blend any little dark spots that I see. So I'm gonna lean him back. I'm gonna touch up his beard, line up the neckline. I don't want to go too high either. I want to leave him with a sharp line, but not too high to the point where he's gonna have a lot of like grow back. He's gonna have to keep shaving his neckline every single day. I tend to always drop it down a little bit below the actual chin line. So here I got my straight razor. I'm gonna start the beard lineup. He had his beard a little bit, I guess, like he lines it up himself, and one side was like a little bit longer than the other one. He also has one side that's a little more dense than the other. So I'm not really lining it up like a normal beard lineup. I'm more just like doing a straight lineup and cutting it off wherever the fade ends. That's why I wanted to fade it in to make it look a little more natural towards the end. And here I'm just touching up his hairline, touching up his beard, making sure I'm pulling the skin. Guys, if you pull the skin, it's less chances of cutting your client. And here I am doing some touch-ups, going back in with my number 1 guard. Any little dark spots I saw, I'm just gonna touch it up. And look at this guy. You guys tell me, does my boy not look like Andy Samberg? Alright, but that's besides the point. Check this out. Fresh fade. You know what's going on. Park J Cutz. You know how we do it over here. This is a before. And this is the after. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you think if I've saved them. Let me know if let me know how you guys like the haircut. Like, comment, subscribe. Ask me any questions in the comments, guys. Let me know if this helped you. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. God bless.